You cannot touch like this, can't move like this, got swag like Mike. You cannot touch like this, can't move like this, got swag like Mike.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mike's and Vlogs, man, and today something very special to me, man. It's very interesting and I really can't wait to share this with you guys. I'm so blessed, I'm so happy, I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful, all that in the third. So without further ado, let's get into it, man. How I got accepted into an accelerated BSN program. It's your boy Mike's, and man, what a great day. Ooh. So hopefully you guys have been following along. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If this is your first video, welcome. I'm gonna leave a link right up here to one of the first videos I ever did on this channel, and it was why I sold my Scat Pack, and so that'll give you kind of some context, but I'm gonna go back over it again, so don't worry. So on that video about why I sold my Challenger, I'm gonna put a picture up here. Man, take a look at that. I really love that car, man, and it meant everything to me. I worked so hard for it. I had to get out of that car because I couldn't afford the note. The reason why I couldn't afford that note was because plans that I had in motion, the plan that I had going forward, where I was going to be in the very near future, I knew wouldn't allow me to work a job to be able to pay, you know, my necessary bills, that $700 a month car payment. I just knew that it wasn't gonna work out. Drum roll. I got accepted. Now, here is the good part. I almost get emotional talking about this. It's very humbling. It's got a good message. To me, it's a great story, and I really want to share that. Not only my subscribers, but the people who are going to find this video, who might be going through something, who might have questions, or something that has nothing to do with nursing. I had a plan, right? In that plan, I was going to get an ADN, which would have taken me 14 months. I was gonna get an ADN, and then I wanted to work, you know, at a clinic, med-surg, while I was getting my BSN online, which is a really good deal. You know, you can get your ADN and you can work while you're getting your BSN, because BSN is almost like, there's some hospitals where you can't even work with a BSN. There's some places where you cannot work unless you have that BSN, but you still can be a nurse and work with an ADN. They're both classified as RNs. Some places just prefer and require you to have a BSN. So my plan was to get an ADN, go work somewhere, get my BSN online, and then go to Texas Children's, because that's where I really want to do. That's where I really want to go, which is in pediatrics. My plan was going according to schedule. I really busted my ass, made good grades. I had a GPA over a 3.2. I think my GPA was like a 3.3. There's an entrance exam that's called the HESI. That a lot of people, there's a lot of videos out there, and a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people do well. And a lot of people are looking for answers and, you know, questions and all of that regarding the HESI. So what that is it's an assessment essentially on how ready you are, I guess you could say, or what you've learned from your A&P1, A&P2. The school I was applying to had us take critical thinking, which is essentially nursing questions, NCLEX questions. I actually did really, really well on my HESI. I scored a 95. 3 weeks of studying. I scored a 95 on my HESI. So at this point, the parameters were a 3.0 and an 80 on a HESI in order to be a qualified applicant. Now, I'd heard from many different people, essentially, if you meet those criterias and you're not at the bottom, you're good to go. Now, this all started around February, March. As you guys know what's going on with the pandemic, so it kind of slowed up some things, changed a little bit of things, but everything was still good to go. I'm feeling really confident because I busted my ass for a year and a half, even while I was working. Busted my ass up until this point. I worked really hard, and I felt that I was a shoo-in. Done everything ahead of time. I was good to go. You submit your, you know, your drug screening test, your all of the shot records. You get all of that in on time, and your GPA and HESI score is good, you're in, you know, like you're in. So I had a issue, and there were actually, in my cohort, there were about 10 people. There were about 10 people who had higher there weren't many people who had higher than 95, but there were definitely people in there with 3.7s, 3.8s, 3.9s. We're talking 94 Hezi, 93 Hezi, 95 Hezi, who didn't get in. The last and final boss was getting your Texas Board of Nursing blue card / clearance card. Now we're in full swing in the middle of the pandemic. In May, early June, our names were sent off. I'm not sure what happened with that, but they said they were sent off on this date. We had until this date to get our card and upload it, and then we were good, and we get in. I don't know what happened. Pandemic, I couldn't tell you what happened. But the Texas Board of Nurses didn't get the roster names in a timely fashion. Then we have to go fingerprint at Identigo. So I go do that. Now, I'm looking at the dates, and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to work because these dates are running concurrent with when this blue card is due. So I get into the earliest one I can, because it's all electronic, I think. So it's 3 days. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be cutting it really close, but it's gonna work. So then people start coming in and they're not able to go to even fingerprint. Now this is the last step. Keep in mind, this is gut wrenching. This is the last thing, and you get held up by the Rona. It's so tough. So some people aren't able to go fingerprint. Some people aren't. There's problems. So the school administration that we were dealing with, a lot of us sent emails with receipts and all of that. Like, look, what are we supposed to do? We can't. This is out of our control. This is everybody's adjusting on the fly with what's going on. And so they actually extend the deadline. I think 2 weeks. So my TBON blue card, they received it fairly early. And it didn't come at the time that I needed it to submit. Now, there were also, like I said, there was about 10 to 15 people that had just as high of a Hezi as me and a higher GPA. We're talking 3.8s and all that. They didn't get theirs either. So that's completely that. I mean, and I say this to say, like, in life, there's stuff that pops up that is just completely out of your control. I couldn't do anything about that. I sent it when I went and got fingerprinted as soon as I could. As soon as they gave us the email, they sent the names when they sent the names. I can't control that. I can't, that's the stuff that happens in life that is out of your control. And I've really learned to do the best that I can. And the things that I can't control, I can't control it. And it's filled with stress. You can ask any nursing student, whether they're in the applying phase, starting nursing school, all that. It's very stressful. So there's nothing I could do about that. I didn't get it in time, and has nothing. I didn't send in anything. I mean, it just, the ball was dropped, and I'm not blaming anyone. I can't blame anyone. It's the middle of a pandemic. So then they start coming out with acceptance letters. So we're all in a group meet. It's about 60 of us, and people are saying they got them. I'm like, oh shit, And that day I didn't get mine. At this point, if you don't have the blue card, you're not getting in. And we didn't know this. And they started sending out denials. And I remember when I got that denial, man. Ooh, how did I feel, boy? I don't want to say I felt like everything around me had ended, because I knew that I would apply and get in January in the spring, but in my mind, I had it set that I was gonna start in the fall, and if we weren't in the pandemic, I would have started at that ADM program in the fall, without a doubt. No knock to anybody, but there were 4 or 5 people that got in because they got their blue cards, and with the minimum actual 3.0 and an 80. So hey, came down to the blue card. I didn't get mine. Out of my control, right? At this point, I'm really shook. I'm shook up because I'm just like, oh my God, like, I did all this. I did everything that I could, and I came up short because of something that was out of my control. And at that point, there's nothing you could do about that, but it really hurt me because it was like, bro, what else could I have done? You know what I mean? I called my close, a couple of close friends, talked to my mom about it, talked to my dad about it, talked to my mentor about it. And I was really upset, man. Really down that day that I got that email. I got it around 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was up and just couldn't sleep. Woke up. It was gut wrenching to tell my mom that. Just not good. Not good. So talked to my dad, talked to my mentor, and he said, I understand, son. Soak for a little bit, but then just keep applying. Get ready for the spring because you're getting in. Get ready for January because you're getting in. Here's where stuff gets freaky on him, because this is man. I don't know if you guys are religious, if you guys believe in the universe. I don't know, or nothing, or in chance. I don't know what you guys believe in, but I'm gonna tell you, for me, I feel like it was I don't want to use the word destiny. I just feel like it was meant to be. And I'm gonna tell you why it was just so crazy how this happened. So originally I had wanted to do an accelerated BSN program, but those weren't starting until January. So I said, you know what? I want to get in. I want to be a nurse right now. I'm getting in. So that's why I went for that in the fall, with the plan to get my BSN as I'm working. Midday, afternoon, I'm soaking. I'm just sitting there in my bed, just thinking like, damn, bruh. Just off it, completely off it. I heard my dad's voice. I spoke to him that morning and I heard him. He was like, just keep applying. Apply to more schools this time, because I knew I was a shoo-in. I just knew it. You'll get him in January. And he really kind of helped boost my mood. Mom was a little down too, but then she came around, hey, look, you can't do anything about that now. Let's focus on January. In my mind, I'm like, all right, I know I'm getting in January. But I was like, you know what? There's a program called Nursing CAS where I was like, you know what? Let me look again. You know what I mean? Let me just see. It was a school that I had not seen before. Now, granted, I had been looking at this for the past year. I was very familiar with what schools do what. And I see this school that I'm familiar with, and I'm like, I didn't know they had an accelerated BSN. So it turns out they rolled out that they had a nursing program, and they rolled out that accelerated BSN program that year, like January of this year. And I was like, no way. So I look, I'm like, okay, well, it's $75. Like, I'm already in my mind ready for January. I had kind of got out of my funk. I'm ready for January, but I'm like, let me see what's up, man. Let's see. So I look at the deadline. It says rolling. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I start clicking some more, and I fill out a little, inquiry thing, and I submit my transcripts and submit all my grades. Everything looks good because I know what I had. So they end up giving me a call. I have a phone interview for about an hour. The admissions advisor was just super impressed with my story, my background, why I'm doing nursing. I have shadowing experience in the PICU, ICU, in the emergency room with pediatrics, and so we just went from there. We just kept going. At this point now, I'm getting my hopes up. It was great, but we're so close to school starting. I'm not sure. It comes a time where she was like, okay, we've got your file. It's off for admission, off for review. It's gonna go to a board, and we'll get back. You should know something next week. Next week comes, I don't hear anything. I'm like, all right, well, no worries. Next week comes, I don't hear anything. All right, no worries. But they're in really good contact with me, so now I'm a little like freaking out. Asking my dad, my mom was like, man, I felt so confident. Like, this would have just been perfect. Blah blah blah. It's starting to look bleak because we're 2 weeks away from 2 weeks away from school starting, and I don't have anything. Admissions doesn't know because it's off to those people to decide. And now I'm back in my funk, but I'm like, you know what? Even if this doesn't work, I'm gonna do this in the spring, in January, or I'm gonna apply to a couple more. So then I came back from Miami getting my veneers, man, and I checked my email. I got off the plane, I landed in Houston, and I checked my email, and there was the email, congratulations, you have been accepted into an ABSN program. And I'm not gonna lie, I broke down in the car crying. I was by myself, and tears of joy, obviously. It was just, stuff out of a movie, man. So I had a plan that I would have been really happy with, to go get an ADN 14, 15 months, and then go work somewhere for a year while getting my BSN online. That was my goal. That doesn't work out because of something that has no control over me. I was for sure in, and it doesn't work out because of something that's out of my control, right? Then, literally, in a last-ditch effort, I end up getting accepted into an accelerated BSN program, which I wasn't even thinking about until I got denied. And I get in, and then the situation ends up better than the good situation that I thought I was in. So I'm finishing in ABSN is 12 months, so I'm finishing in less time than I would at the other program, and I'm finishing with my BSN. Say that to say is just, oh man, I've been through a lot, at my age and in life so far, but it really just goes to show, what you might think is best for you might not be best for you or the best timing, or you might have a different route to get there. So imagine if I would have quit, if I would have sulked all day, I wouldn't have logged on to Nursing CAS and saw that. If I would have quit and just been off it, I wouldn't have given it a shot. I wouldn't have done that. And I'm still, well, we're on week 2 now, but I'm in nursing school in the fall. So when that first happened, I was like, all right, let me get ready for January. I didn't make it for the fall. Dang, I really wanted to start in the fall. And here I am, I'm starting in the fall. I've started in the fall. So it's just like a testament to just staying strong, because anything, I mean, I knew that, and I know there's going to be road bumps with this nursing journey, but I just wanted to get in first, like, golly. But it just goes to show, man, that anything, you know, worth having or on the way to just doing good and elevating, there's going to be bumps in the road, man. And this was a 4-month bump. Literally, this was a 4-month bump. Like, bumps for 4 months, you know, ups and downs. And something that my mom always told me was just don't get too high with the highs and don't get too lows with the lows. You guys, don't get too highs with the highs and don't get too lows with the lows, because eventually you're going to even back out, and that's where you kind of want to stay. And then my dad, you know, telling me, you know, when I wasn't finding out a decision, son, just relax, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. And I'm like, oh, are you sure? And here we are. It hit me because I'm studying right now farm, and it's difficult, but I still don't think it really hit me, man. Just the gravity, like, of how that transpired for me. Like, I thought that this was going to work, and I thought this was the plan, and I get denied there with something way easier, and then I get accepted into an accelerated BSN at a very prestigious school, and it's just like, it to me still, it's mind-blowing, man. And I'm very thankful for all of my support cast. Like I said, it's a little emotional. The people in my corner, man, just constantly pushing me, and it really means a lot, man. So the final message that I want to leave you guys with, Team Mikeson, that's what I'm calling you guys now, man. It's Team Mikeson. You know the vibes. Just peep the shirt, man. Shouts out to Etched by Kendra. Let me show y'all the back. I'll show y'all the back later, man, because the way my chair is set up, it's not working. Final message for today, man, is that, you know, in order to get where you really want to go, if you really want to get there, there's not only you're going to have to make sacrifices. Man, I didn't sacrifice going out. I haven't been out, granted, quarantine, but before that, when I was doing my pre-recs, I hadn't been out. I can't tell you the last time I've been out. I had a drink with friends. And anybody that really knows Mikeson, man, I'm outgoing, laid back, got a lot of friends, but I haven't been out. I've just been in focus mode, man, and if it has nothing to do with nursing, I'm not seeing it. And I just want to let you guys know that that's how I feel. This is my opinion. If you have some, you know, if you have a goal, if you have a place you're trying to get, that's how you have to be. You have to be like this, man, because especially in 2020, in this generation, this day and age, there are so many distractions. And whether it be medicine, whether you want to start a business, whatever you want to do, you have to have those blinders on, man, because if your friends and your family and all those people around you, if they're real, they're going to respect what you're doing, and they're going to want to see you get there. So they're going to understand when you say, I can't do this, can't do that. They're not even going to ask, maybe a couple times, but they're not going to do that. They're going to understand. They're going to help you, boost you, lift you up, and help you see your way to there. And I'm so thankful, and I'm so grateful that I have people like that around me. If you don't, you might want to look into surrounding yourself with people like that, or, man, just be like this, you know, because at the end of the day, it's just you. You don't live your life for your parents, your anybody. You live your life for you. I'm living my life for me. But being like this helps a lot, just to have people behind you, you know, cheering you on, like you're almost at the fit. Come on, pushing you. And I can't say it again, and I'm so thankful for that. But I just want to leave y'all with that, man. And I'm super excited to start this journey. And it's your boy Nurse Mikeson. Oh, that's got a little ring to it, man. But nah, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a comment, subscribe. It's gonna be a whole lot more nurse content, and my journey on that too, man. I'm taking you guys on all of my journeys, man. And I can't, and I thank you guys again. I can't say it enough. I really can't. Just for being there and supporting, man. It really means a lot. Whether I'm doing shoes, whether I'm talking about whether I'm nursing, or whatever I'm doing, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man, and showing love, man. It means a lot. Yeah, man, wish me luck. You know, I don't need luck. I'm preparation when the moment arrives, and I'm gonna be prepared for this. So we're gonna go through this nursing journey together, and then here very soon you guys are gonna see me in my scrubs with my stethoscope, and I'll be able to tell you what's wrong with y'all, man. But actually right now I'm getting ready to go box, so gotta stay in shape. It's your boy Mikeson, man. I appreciate you guys staying for this video. It's a little bit longer than normal, but like I said, I just want to leave you guys one last time. If there's things you want, and that small sacrifice, that scat, I knew I had to make that with that car. Here, I'll be done in 12 months. I can go buy 2 of them if I want to. So I say that to say this, man. If there's something that you really want to get, somewhere you really want to get in life, man, put those blinders on and don't let anybody, anything get in your way, man. But it's gonna be road bumps and blocks, and it's gonna happen. It's life, right? But wouldn't that make it less sweet? Like how much better does it feel when you know you become stronger and you become a better person once you pass that finish line? Like, I'm stronger now that I just ran this marathon. Nothing worth having is easy, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. It's your boy Mikeson, man. Thank you for tuning in.